Howdy, and thank you for joining us this morning to explore education abroad here at Texas A&M University. I hope you are enjoying Family Weekend so far and plan to take advantage of the many other opportunities coming up throughout the next few days. I'm Caleb Chapman, the Communications Coordinator for Education Abroad, and joining me today will be several staff members who will touch on 5 main points we feel are important to parents and guardians when considering abroad opportunities with their students. Why education abroad? What are the options? How much will it cost? Is it safe? And lastly, what is my role as a parent, guardian, or family member? I fully understand the concerns you might have in sending your student abroad and appreciate that this decision involves the entire family. I hope that what we're able to present today will help answer the many questions you may have and find it useful when considering this incredible opportunity. Following this presentation, I will be back along with Dr. Holly Hudson, our Executive Director, to conduct a live Q&A session. I've also invited a few of our student ambassadors to participate. Please stick around to hear about their amazing abroad stories and learn more about this experience from their perspective. Thanks again for joining us, and with that, let's get started. As a parent, guardian, or family member, you probably want to know, what are the benefits of my student going abroad, and why is it something that we should consider as part of their educational journey here at Texas A&M? I can tell you emphatically that the list of reasons students should travel abroad to study, volunteer, intern, or research is actually a pretty long one. And these reasons aren't just about the wanderlust of traveling to an exotic location. There is actual data supporting the benefits going abroad has on a student's academic progress, personal growth, and career enhancement. We've managed to narrow these down to 4 main reasons your student should participate in an education abroad program. We call them the 4 E's: explore, experience, extend, and excel. First, this is the perfect opportunity to explore new places, cultures, and ideas. Going abroad is a once-in-a-lifetime adventure that equips students with a fresh perspective of the world and the people in it. It allows students to experience another culture firsthand, expanding on their worldview as well as helping them to discover new things about their own culture. Second, it provides an opportunity for students to gain professional skills and experience that employers seek. Being inside of a classroom is only a single component of an overall education. Going abroad provides students with hands-on experiential learning that helps them grow both academically and personally. Taking the leap to go abroad can boost confidence and independence as students develop strong interpersonal and critical thinking skills. They learn more about themselves, gain a sense of self-awareness, and sometimes pick up another language along the way. Third, going abroad can help students build connections that extend their personal and professional networks. Time and time again, Aggies talk about the relationships made during their time abroad. Some coming back with lifelong friendships and career connections that stretch across the globe. As the old adage goes, sometimes it's not what you know, but who you know. And having these international contacts can often go a long way in enhancing your student's future. Which is the perfect segue to our final point. An education abroad experience can help students to set themselves apart and excel in their futures. Studies show that going abroad can mean a higher GPA upon return and can increase the chances of getting into their first or second choice of graduate school. Then, once they're ready to hit the job market, participating in education abroad helps students get jobs faster and make higher starting salaries. Because participating in an education abroad program develops students' cross-cultural communication skills and enhances their ability to connect with others. And it definitely doesn't hurt that they'll become savvy, informed travelers, which is key in today's more globalized society. So no matter your student's major or planned career path, these gained benefits are invaluable to their development, both personal and professional. Just remember that education abroad is an investment in your student and their future. If and when your student wants to discuss the possibility of going abroad, we encourage you to remain open to the idea and talk through their goals and what they hope to get out of the experience.
Howdy! When it comes to education abroad opportunities at Texas A&M, we like to say they're limitless. For 5 years in a row, Texas A&M has ranked #1 in the nation among public universities for the number of students who study abroad. Typically, we see about 5,800 Aggies a year participate in an international education program. Why? Because over the past decade, A&M has made high-impact transformational learning a top priority for its students. Education abroad offers a unique, hands-on, out-of-the-classroom environment that promotes academic success, personal growth, and professional development. And as much as we love Aggieland, the world has so much to offer students in their quest for knowledge and cultural understanding. As the number of Aggies who choose to go abroad continues to grow, so do the amount of options and opportunities available to them. Texas A&M students travel each year to 110 different countries, reaching every region and continent on the globe. There are more than 400 programs offered in a typical year. When studying abroad, students can choose from programs with A&M credit or transfer credit. They can go with a class of other Aggies taught by an A&M instructor, or they can choose to be more independent by selecting a program from one of our affiliate providers or exchange partners and receive transfer credit from a foreign institution. Many students also choose a non-credit bearing option. Maybe it's a summer internship in New Zealand or a spring volunteer trip to Costa Rica with a social, professional, or service campus organization that they're a member of. Programs range from 1 or 2 weeks in duration to 1 or 2 months to a full semester, all the way up to an entire academic year. So with all these options, how do you choose? Well, it takes time and planning. Initially, your student will want to ask themselves, what is the primary goal that I hope to achieve by going abroad? Is it to take courses towards my major? Is it to fully immerse myself into a different culture? Is it to use talents to serve underprivileged populations? Is it to learn a new language? Is it to make professional connections for a future career abroad? Next is to consider preferences for when to go abroad and for how long. What major family events or Aggie traditions are too important for me to miss? Are there prerequisites that I need to complete here at A&M first? Is it better to go sooner or later in order to stay on track with my degree plan? And then most importantly is for your student to have a conversation with their academic advisor. Here they can lay out their plan to go abroad, what they hope to achieve, and a preference for when they want to go. Their academic advisor will be able to help them solidify what will work best towards their degree plan while keeping them on track for a timely graduation. From there, it's all about working with Education Abroad to find the perfect program that fits, securing funding for the experience, applying, and then checking off preparation items necessary to go abroad.
Howdy! In a recent survey of graduating seniors at Texas A&M, nearly half of those who didn't study abroad said they didn't do so because of cost. And as a parent or guardian, I can safely assume that cost is one of the major concerns you may have. What most people don't know, however, is that one of, if not the biggest misconceptions about going abroad is that it's too expensive. It's thought to be an unaffordable luxury item within higher education. I can tell you, though, that with the proper planning and a little know-how, this can be one of the most cost-effective ways for your student to travel to a foreign country. On average, about 30% of Texas A&M's education abroad participants come from households with a family income of less than $80,000 a year. So, how is education abroad doable on a budget? There are actually several factors that play into the affordability of going abroad. Here are some things to consider when exploring wallet-friendly abroad programs. The type of credit, the location, the duration or length of the trip, the specific program type, and the student's personal spending habits all play a role in determining the overall cost of the experience. Education Abroad will work with your student to find a program that not only meets their academic, personal, and professional goals, but also fits into their budget. Now, what about scholarships and other funding options? Texas A&M values and supports high-impact transformational experiences such as Education Abroad. Because of that, we're proud to say that each year A&M awards about $1.5 million in scholarships solely dedicated to study abroad. There are also a lot of scholarships available specifically aimed at students going abroad. If your student is up to date with their FAFSA and qualifies for financial aid, grants, or loans, those can also often be applied towards study abroad. And if eligible, certain types of specialized benefits may also be applied to cover costs. These can include veterans benefits, vocational rehabilitation funds, and other various state and federal tuition waiver programs. Education Abroad is working to add some additional budgeting and funding resources to its webpage, so stay tuned. Ultimately, just know that whatever your student's budget looks like, we will help them find a program that works. It is our goal and the goal of Texas A&M to ensure that every student has the access and ability to study, volunteer, intern, or research abroad.
Howdy. As a parent or guardian, we know how important it is for you to have peace of mind about the safety and well-being of your student, and we don't take that responsibility lightly. We continuously monitor and assess risks around the globe and work to ensure students have all the information they need to make safe and responsible choices. At the same time, we understand that risks exist everywhere, even here in College Station. That's why we put a lot of time and effort into ensuring our students are well prepared prior to their departure and provide 24/7 emergency support while they're abroad. Before they leave the country, we will equip your student with the tools necessary to mitigate risks and seek help if necessary. Our pre-departure orientations will cover everything from how to properly pack, how to manage physical and mental health, to how to access emergency services in the host country. Education Abroad also offers various resources pertaining to local customs, laws, traditions, and culture, and help them understand how they may impact what they see as normal behaviors they're used to here at home. To keep them safe while abroad, we provide a comprehensive emergency medical insurance option and require students to register for the U.S. Department of State's Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. This program provides important and timely security and safety alerts from their host country. And you can play a part too. Here are some general items you can assist your student with before they go. Meet with your family physician for a standard wellness check and make sure to get any required vaccinations and immunizations beforehand. Your student can also book a travel consult through A&M Student Health Services. Verify the destination's legality for any prescriptions and medications needed, and make sure your student has an ample supply for their time away. Ensure your student notifies Education Abroad, their program leaders, and A&M's Disability Services of any medical conditions, dietary restrictions, allergies, disabilities, or any other accommodation needs. Research the destination with your student to learn more about cultural norms, local laws, health and safety risks, and more. Check your primary health insurance policy to know and understand international coverage for your student. International medical and emergency insurance is included with some of our programs, and the purchase of additional insurance may be required for others. Just know that we want nothing more than for students to have a positive learning experience when participating in an Education Abroad program, and that overall safety and well-being must be a shared commitment between us and your student.
Howdy! Your student's decision to participate in an Education Abroad program is a big investment of time, money, and other resources. It can also be a scary time to think about your student traveling to an international destination without you. This is a big decision and can seem like a challenging and overwhelming process at times. And because of that, it can be difficult to let your student sit in the driver's seat. It's important to understand, however, that planning for the experience can be just as educational and impactful as the experience itself. You want to give your student room to grow through this process. It's a process that requires research, critical thinking, financial management, courage, commitment, and a whole lot more. And although we believe the student should take charge of this decision, there are still plenty of ways you can help and support your student. First, help set the tone. You can be your student's greatest advocate or their biggest obstacle. As much as you may want to, try not to dissuade your student from going abroad. At the same time, push them to do their research and challenge them with tough questions that should be considered. Ask them to present you with reasons they want to go abroad and the goals they hope to achieve in the process. Next, empower your student to do their due diligence. Encourage them to attend one of our Exploring Education Abroad sessions where they will learn all of the considerations that go into choosing an abroad program. Then, be a sounding board for them as they consider those factors and begin to research their options. Assist your student in creating a workable financial plan and create a budget using the host country's currency. Make sure to include the cost of the flight, the passport and visa, housing, food, healthcare, additional travel and excursions, incidentals, and other personal expenses. They may also need help researching and understanding how they will access their money while abroad. Will their credit or debit cards work? Does their bank need to be notified of the travel? Can they open a local bank account at their destination? Or is a prepaid debit card an option? And a conversation about how to save money while on the ground would also probably be welcomed. Food, transportation, and communication options are a great place to start. Then, talk with your student about health and safety and encourage common sense. Help them look into the laws and customs of the host destination. They should be well aware that the norms here at home are not the norms there. Behaviors, actions, and habits may need to change based on where they're going. Make sure your student has a plan to protect their valuables, to find a travel buddy, and to check in with family and friends. And lastly, you can assist them with some of their pre-trip checklist items. Provide them with the necessary documents to obtain their passport. Sometimes a visa may also be required. You can also help them plan out their itinerary before they book the flight. And don't forget to help them make copies of and store important documents that you may need access to. These might include passport, visa, credit or debit cards, and emergency contact information in the host country, such as the 9/11 equivalent, the U.S. Embassy or Consulate, and emergency services for the home and host institutions. But most importantly, be supportive. Your level of involvement is up to you and should be based on the comfort level of your student. In the end, we want this to be a transformational experience that invokes learning and enhances personal growth, setting your student up for future success.
Howdy again. I want to take a minute to thank the Education Abroad staff members who presented during today's session. I understand that this is a lot of information to take in all at once, but we've got you covered. When you have a moment, feel free to explore the Family Resources page on our website. You can find it at tex.ag/abroadparents. Here, you'll find this and more information, including 2 comprehensive parent and family guides published by the Institute of International Education and the U.S. Department of State. If you have just one takeaway from today, it should be this. Over and over again, our students tell us that going abroad was the single greatest experience of their time here at Texas A&M. It is a transformative experience that challenges students to think independently and grow intellectually, helping them to gain the confidence and maturity they need to engage in today's society through a global lens. An Education Abroad program will equip your student with the skills and knowledge they need to take on the world, literally. Be open and have a conversation with your student about their ideas, goals, and expectations. Your guidance and support can mean so much to them through every step of their educational journey. Thanks, and gig 'em.